I don't get it. I mean, Jake Hager, where the hell his name is, has to come out there and save your world championship. It really seems like they're trying to play this NWO angle up like on here when you gotta have someone come down and save the title.
Okay.
I mean, I hate it. I didn't like the ending. Sorry, guys, you can hate me all you want, but I thought the ending was stupid. Jericho should have beat him straight up clean easily.
All right. Got a lot of heat on Twitter from AEW fans on my comment that I said online. And I meant it, you know. I feel like if we got Seth Rollins, I'm just going to try to give an example of who's a crazy motherfucker in WWE. Just Seth Rollins and name your guy. Just name anybody, all right? It's a world title match. They're hyping it up for a week.
Leo Rush.
Anybody. Just throw in anybody. And Rollins ties his guys behind his back. Tapes his hands behind his back. And he needs help to win, to win this match over someone that is so popular at the moment, which is Darby Allin. I get the concept, AEW. You want more heat on Inner Circle. You probably want a little bit more heat on Chris Jericho. You want more heat on Jake Hager. I get you. I got it. You want more heat on the heels. No problem there. My problem was what you just said. A guy like a Darby Allin, which I respect the man for going out there with his hands taped behind his back and doing the high stunts that he did, is really fucking crazy because he can really hurt himself. And props to him for doing that. But you cannot tell me that is fucking believable. A guy with his hands taped behind it. This guy's not 300 pounds where it's going to be a little bit tougher for Jericho to kick out of. Jericho should easily just shove him off of him. Easily. You cannot tell me if the WWE did this, people would be shitting on it. People would be hating on it. We would see people on Twitter talking about it. You cannot tell me that it would not happen that way. And I get on Twitter people saying that you got to give AEW a pass. This is their new company. Or I'm a stupid mark because I don't get why they're doing this. Darby Allin was made a star tonight. Chris Jericho was about to lose, so that's why Jake Hager came out.
Oh, shucky, ducky,
really?
Quack, quack.
Really?
Darby Allin versus Orange Cassidy in a no hands allowed match.
There you go, Smeeze. Now, it boggles my mind, right, that he needed help to beat someone. A Hall of Famer, guys. A veteran. Needed help to beat someone with his hands taped behind his back? It's just hard for me to believe. And maybe some people wouldn't go on Twitter and be mad at this if WWE pulled it off. But I feel like they would. And you know, a prime example, and I know people hated this ending, was the last man standing match between John Cena and Batista. What did John Cena do to Batista to beat him, Dave? Do you remember?
Is this where he threw him off the car or whatever?
No, he taped him to the ring post.
Oh.
I think it was Batista, or maybe it was JBL. I'm not sure. It was one of the two guys, and it was John Cena. He taped him to where he couldn't get up. And I'm sure people fucking hated it. I don't think I even enjoyed that.
I thought it was smart,
and
honestly.
Exactly.
Because he can't get out now.
It's smart. Yes, it is smart, but it was a shitty ending. You know, you probably wanted something more dramatic, something more crazy to happen for Batista not to be able to get up. But you gotta be kidding me with this shit. Yes, it was impressive to see Allin dive out of the ropes with no hands, because that shit's crazy. You know, what he did was impressive. Something I know I would not be able to fucking do, no way ever in my lifetime. But the ending was not... Did we really need Jake to come out there and do that? You could have had him hit the coffin drop, Jericho kick out. I guess maybe they're trying to save that finisher and not destroy it. I understand that. But you could have still had it, and they could have made up something and said, we probably couldn't connect the coffin drop correctly because his hand's behind his back. They could have played it up to something. Or maybe he tries to do it and Jericho gets the fuck up and smacks him with a chair in the back. You know, there's different ways to do this match to still put Darby Allin over, because regardless, he was going to be over anyways, even if he lost, which he was going to. I didn't understand the booking. And to come at me and to say that I'm not understanding things is fucking stupid. And to say that I should give AEW a pass because they're a new company is absolute bullshit. Because they got veteran minds working backstage. Jim Ross, Shivani, Dean Malenko, the list goes fucking on and on. These guys have been wrestling fucking for years. They're not fucking rookies. They know what the fuck they're doing. Like, give me a fucking break. I hate the hypocrisy that AEW fans have, that you can't say anything negative because you're automatically labeled a WWE mark. Because you say I said one fucking thing negative about the whole show, and I'm attacked and called the WWE mark because I didn't like an ending to a match. Seriously, wake the fuck up. And I get it, they probably wanted to protect the move, and that is absolutely fine, no problems there. But they could have had him try to do the move, and Jericho either moves and then puts the lion tamer over him, whatever the fuck he calls it now, or he could have smacked him with a chair. Plain and simple. Other than that, I thought AEW was a good show. I thought the crowd was fucking super hyped. I enjoyed most of the tag matches. The women match was alright. I thought it was a solid show again. But the main event was a letdown. The ending.
And you weren't the only one, because the crowd, they got off air quick, dude. The crowd was booing that ending. They were booing at the end.
Well, they could have been booing probably because of that, but also it's hard to tell.
I think they like the finish because
it's hard to tell if they're booing the finish or if they're booing the Inner Circle. That's the thing. You know, it would have been different if Jericho's a face, and they're booing. Then we know they didn't like the finish. But we don't know exactly if the fans there didn't like the finish or not. You know, it's kind of hard.
That's a fair point, but it seems like they were booing the way that what happened at the end, where he came in and punched Darby and then boom. But I'm with you, and it's like people always say, if you're a WE fan, you're a sheep. It seems like all the AEW fans are brainwashed. Everything AEW does is perfect. Nothing is wrong. They shit gold. Their shit don't stink. It's perfect. Everything AEW does is perfect. And it's the best thing ever. But WE does anything slightly wrong. Oh, it sucked. It's terrible. SmackDown does below 3 million. They're terrible. They're falling apart. They're all... Fox wants to cancel them. I mean, it's like... AEW can't do no wrong. Even when they lose viewers, they can't do no wrong.
Yeah, well, you know...
It's just crazy.
It's
how everything AEW does is perfect.
It's not all AEW fans. I just don't get the point. I just don't get the philosophy that you have to choose a side, one or the other. Why can't we just like everything? Why can't we like Impact? Why can't we like NWA? Why can't we like GCW, MLW, WWE, AEW, fucking blah 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 W? Who cares, man? It's wrestling. Let everybody watch it, and if they don't like a certain company, so be it. You shouldn't bash. If Dave hated the WWE, I shouldn't bash him because of it. Just, deal with it. Like, not everybody's going to like the same thing. Dave might like broccoli. I might fucking hate it. Doesn't make me a bad person or Dave a bad person. It's just...
I mean, it's funny how transitioning this into, like, almost in a way... no, I'm not going there. Never mind.
No, Twitter... It's a society these days. Twitter, to me,
it's a cesspool.
Twitter has killed wrestling tremendously. The enjoyment of wrestling, the enjoyment of it, because you can't go out there and just tweet out, "I loved the main event of Raw tonight because it was so good," and then you're gonna get all, "You're a fucking mark. It was a shitty fucking," It goes both ways. I'm sure there's WWE fans that are the same way towards AEW fans. I'm sure. But let us enjoy what we want to watch. It shouldn't matter it just boggles my mind just some of the thought process from some people that
you know what else is crazy too is that I didn't mean to interrupt you, but to say that guess what? It's okay to criticize something and still watch the show. We can criticize WWE, AEW, whatever. We don't have to. We criticize WWE like crazy on this show, but if you criticize AEW, oh no, you can't do that because they're perfect.
Yeah, it's a shame that luckily, other than Red Sox fan, we all know it. There's no and Texas Kid fucking for life. That's the number one troll ever. There's no one that comes into this channel or Speezes or anyone else's and makes in fun of you or trolls you because you like a certain company or whatever have you. It's just on Twitter. It's a different story. It's like promotions are paying them to defend them. Hey, defend WWE, but I'll give you $20. Right. It's like they're trying to be that white knight for AEW or WWE, that they're on Twitter and they're scrolling and making sure that everybody's saying positive things, and they find that one negative tweet and they're gonna let's attack them. Let's go. It's just insane. That's what frustrates me. There's so much good wrestling. Just enjoy what you enjoy, unless you don't enjoy what I enjoy. Exactly.
And it's fun. Wednesday nights are fun to watch wrestling. Go back and forth and watch both shows because both shows, whether you only like AEW, they're both putting on some good wrestling matches.
Right, and that's what the good thing about having them both on. Yeah, it's kind of shitty. Yeah, a little bit. But say if there's a match on the NXT that you don't care for, guess what, everybody? You can just easily flip to the other channel and watch what's going on AEW. So there's different strokes for different folks. It's just don't hate on people just to hate on them. That's just sounds silly to me. Let's face the facts. If
Believe me,
people had the same hatred for a show like they did with WWE, they would stop watching immediately. Like they do, says Marion Watson. Yes, we do, with your love for HBK and hatred for Taker. Listen. I don't have any hatred for Taker. But when you talk shit about HBK, I gotta defend my boy, Just saying. What else we got here? This is why wrestling fandom gone extreme. Yes. Jeffrey Cross says, try calling AEW Flappy Floppy and see what happened. Oh, man. I'm sure you got shitted on by 8 man. I can only imagine. The Reddit hate culture spilled over to Twitter. See, I never used Reddit. What is that? I guess a better... is that like a forum for wrestling? I don't use Reddit.
It's more of it's like a forum thing.
Reddit can fuck off like Marco's stunt. God damn. All right, let's move on because we got NXT. I wanted to end the show by 10:30 tonight or 11:30 Eastern. Overall thoughts in AEW. They did lose a little bit of viewership last night. Not much, but a little bit. So did NXT. Now we're not going to try to, I'm not going to forget about them as well. Are you if you're AEW, if you're Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, and you're looking at ratings and you had a great rating that first night, it drops the second week, drops the third week. Are you a little bit nervous?
I don't know if they're nervous or not because, it's funny because everyone was expecting, I think, both shows to have an uptake in the ratings last night because that Yankees and Astros game got postponed and there was really no competition for them on TV last night at that 8 o'clock hour. So everyone was kind of surprised that they lost viewers. Some people said, well, can you imagine if the game would have been on? Would AEW win under 1 million? I mean, I would be a little bit concerned because NXT has nothing to worry about. I don't know why people are flipping out about NXT. They literally have nothing to worry about. It doesn't matter what they gain or lose it all week to week. Because even if USA Network doesn't renew their contract in a year or whatever, they just come back to the network. It doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah, and Bob Ruski says they're going to be levels soon. Wednesday nights seem not to be a wrestling night. And it's weird because for the most part, Wednesdays are not much. I don't know about sitcoms. Like, I have a favorite sitcoms and stuff like that. I don't know what comes on Wednesday nights other than AEW and NXT. So you guys can inform me.
You got the Chicago shows, and I know the Goldbergs are on like Wednesday night.
Now I don't know how popular those shows are. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But it is a little bit. It's shocking to see that AEW with no competition other than NXT, with the world title on the line in a street fight, draws those ratings. It's not like, again, ratings are ratings. We shouldn't fucking dig deep into this, but it's a little bit weird to see them drop each week. I'm really curious to see by the end of October, do they drop below a million rating? That's gonna be very, very interesting. If it does happen, how does AEW respond to that? Do they start bringing in more title matches on the shows? Do they start showing more guys that we haven't seen? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. NXT was like in the 25 or 30 range, right in ratings. Well, there was 3 episodes Chicago Med Fire PD crossover last night that may have affected it. Maybe. I don't know. We're going to touch on WWE Backstage on Saturday because I'm going to show highlights of it. We'll be touching on that on Saturday. Ratings in 2019 are not the same like back in the day. Exactly. Absolutely. And we shouldn't dig deep into the ratings conversation. I just thought it was kind of interesting to see that it dropped when there was really nothing else that I know of on last night.
Okay. Tony, I looked it up really quick. The 3 Chicago shows marathon got close to 9 million viewers for all 3 shows. Close to it. A little over 8 million, almost 9 million.
Damn, is it that good of a show, guys? Anybody watch that
show?
Well,
it was a crossover episode. It was a crossover, so that's what they're going to get. They're both over, all 3 shows were over 8 million.
Oh, Bill says we had a big storm in the Northeast, and a lot of people were without power. Damn, okay, all right. That could also
also, we got to look at the time we're in, too. How many people stream these shows online or illegal streams? Or whatever streaming device you might use.
I see people, and I don't know why. Twitch allows it. People do live watch parties of AEW on Twitch. That's fucking illegal. That is fucking illegal.
Do they show it?
They show it. That's fucking illegal, and they do it on Twitch.
Did you report them?
No, I haven't reported them, but I don't know how they get by it. Like, how does that happen? That they
is it
they
like
do,
that?
It's like
that
what
fight.
It's like what we do. It's like they show we show the Impact, but they do it all differently. They have it on a screen and the guy yes, they do it on Twitch. They don't get like hundreds or 200, 300 viewers. They get like 50 to 60 viewers, but it's like that's not it's not huge numbers that's costing AEW, but they do that shit on here. It's crazy. It's unreal how they're able to allow.
Yeah, but even a lot of TV shows, a lot of ratings in general, unless it's football. Football is the only exception. Unless it's a football game, you're not getting big viewers. You're just not.
Right.
You're just not drawing big money viewership if you're not
a
football game.
They do it for Raw too. They do it for Smack. I'm just saying, everybody, if you're ever bored watching the shows, just go on Twitch, go to the wrestling category, and watch how many people are doing watch parties of SmackDown, Raw, and AEW.
Maybe you should do it, Tony. Everyone else is.
I am not trying to get our channel banned. We worked too fucking hard for that to happen. Tony Khan is screwing Jeff Brazos' ex-wife, hence why they are letting it slide. What? Yes, they're streaming the football game on Twitch, but they're doing it legally. They're allowing them to do that. Not like AEW, where if they knew that they were doing that shit would not fly. I promise you. People are doing it on their because Periscope is cranking down on that. Oh, really? Interesting. Well, good. They should finally. They do it for Raw. Yep, Steven, exactly. So overall, thumbs up, thumbs down for AEW, Dave.
I guess I'll give it a thumbs up. It was a pretty good show, overall.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
That Cody video package is pretty cool.
Oh, too. That video package by Cody was Mwah, beautiful. I was gonna put it on here, but we'll wait and show it on Saturday. Kind of dig more deep into it since it's the world title match versus Jericho. Very, very. Hey, bravo AEW on that video package with Cody Rhodes. I thought it was very, very well done. I thought they really did a good job on that. So, tip of the hat to Cody Rhodes on that video package on last night. Now, they did announce that we'll get Pac and Moxley next week on the next episode, and Private Party taking on the Lucha Bros. That's going to be a hell of a match. So 2 pretty good matches already announced for AEW next week. So definitely tune in to see that next week.
It was obviously that was coming next week.
What? Oh, Pac and Moxley? Absolutely.
Yeah, that was obvious.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I don't mind it one bit. Now, excuse me. I got a scratch in my throat. All right. Let's move over to WWE NXT. Darby Allin needs to full 90s HBK if he's going to pull off short shorts. What? I follow a guy on Twitter that showed a little bit of the NFL on Periscope, and his account got temporarily suspended. Yeah, they don't fuck around on it with the NFL.
Periscope used to be the place to go to get some illegal streams going.
Yeah, they could do a package on Jericho. Don't know if they can show old Jericho footage. Yeah, maybe they show New Japan footage. I don't know. That's a good point. I wonder if they would go that.
Did you see? I don't know if it made the show or not because I don't remember it, but I seen it on Twitter where Jericho was trying to skateboard.
Yes, dude, Jericho's awesome. I have no issues with Chris Jericho.
I love that he gets to use his. Think about that. He gets to get his own music out there on the national stage like that.
Yeah.
How awesome is that? I mean, boom.
Yeah, good stuff.